All right, and with that, we'll see whose heart's sinking and whose hearts are rising as we head back on over to the arena. And once again, with our commentators, Elise Randolph, and moderator.
All right, thanks for that, Jintan. Moist this time showing up to their match and bringing two golems, two Navy Scorpions, two Hyenas, and a Vexer. Elise, walk us through this shield tank team of Iron Armada.
All right, I'm just having a little bit of an issue on my end really quick, so why don't you go ahead and do that as I get everything sorted out.
No worries. So Iron Armada bringing two Fleet Typhoons, a Scimitar, two Cerberuses, a Jackdaw, Caracal, two Manticores, and a Vigil. Manticores already having a really high win rate, but them being kinetic locked means that they're going to do rather minimal damage against the Golem, the Tech 2 Battleship, Marauder, having really good native resistance against kinetic damage, and this is going to be a really heavy damage match. You can see that both teams have a rather large attack bar. These Fleet Typhoons only have a 5 slot for their mid layout, and the Scimitar will struggle to keep a Fleet Typhoon up against what is presumably the cruise damage of 4 Caldari battleships. But it's going to be probably a really quick DPS trade. I'm eager to see who's able to win that.
Yeah, these golems and Navy Scorpions, I mean, you've got an undermanned team here, and you got a Vexer just starting on here, but because these ships can fit large energy transfers now, these ships, these double golem, double Navy Scorpions, a lot of sustain and a lot of staying power. And, you know, they're going to lose their Hyenas and Vexer really quickly, but, the Golem still gets bonus target painters, so I think they're just going to focus on the Scimitar really quick right here as the match gets underway.
And look at that attack bar immediately just spike up for the side of Iron Armada. No side actually applying any damage, but the Hyena getting painted, those will be the Cerberuses, and already he's just immediately off the field 10 seconds into the match.
Yeah, my goodness. We kind of expected these Hyenas to die quickly, and we expected the Scimitar to be primaried right away, but I think they wanted to keep their Hyenas alive a little bit longer than like 4 seconds. So, I'm gonna have to really focus on these golem painters instead of anything else. And I believe the Navy Scorp and the golems have cruise missiles fit, so they're just sitting as far away as they can from the arena, plinking away at the Scimitar, as everything of their support dies behind them.
Yeah, so we can see that these Golems and Navy Scorpions are energy transferring, meaning that if they're running any sort of a local shield booster, they're going to be able to do a very significant amount of tank. That Scimitar has no repair drones on it, and he's already blown through about, I want to say, 6 or 7 of his cap charges. So once those do eventually run out, he's only got 1 or 2 left at this point. He will drop rather quickly. After that happens, if you're Moist, who do you primary, Elise?
I mean, they're going after Lord Salty in the Navy Scorpion, but I really have no idea. Oh, for Moist, my bad. After you kill the Scimitar, I think you just take out the bombers. I mean, those are your like most important things to kill. And we see Lord Salty in this Navy Scorpion. I don't see him repping at all, unless there's something wrong with my screens here. He does not seem to be tanking.
Yeah, we can't see any sort of an active shield booster effect going off of them. Some of the golems are applying smart bombs, but they're not actually in range of the hostile drones that are on top of Lord Salty. And I would be rather salty myself if I had some sort of a problem running my shield booster.
Yeah, we're talking about how tanky these cores can be. As the Scimitar goes down, first blood for the Moist team is that Scimitar. Great target. Here's hoping they can capitalize on that. And hopefully the rest of their battleships will be able to rep. We do see that purple bar, which is the like potential active reps that you can have. It's pretty sizable for that Moist team. So, I mean, maybe Lord Salty just had a bugged module or something.
I really like what they're doing here. They're sending the drones that they have on top of the Manticore, but they're putting the cruise application onto the Cerberus, or at least they had a painter on him briefly, now choosing to go for the Caracal instead, realizing that shooting cruise missiles at frigates is never really a winning proposition, but applying cruises onto a cruiser itself will do excellent damage.
All right, it looks like Lord Salty was not alone. Nimbloik is having a very hard time keeping up with the damage here. He did get a few reps off, but not as much as one would expect.
He's just
And you
now
know,
burning back into the range of his two golems to receive the energy transfers, but as he's now into hull and struggling to keep up with the damage, it might be too late.
yeah, most definitely. And you can see these two golems belonging to the Moist side, just focusing on a Caracal, trying to get some very cheap, very easy damage out of the way first. We've got them fairly low, but you know these golems without Navy Scorpions to feed them cap, they're gonna run out of deep of cap really quick, running those XL ASPs with no charges. Really a lot of damage coming out from this Iron Armada side, thanks to these Manticores, adding a lot of oomph to these battleship hulls. I mean, each one, if they've hit rage, they could be doing upwards of 800 DPS. Overheated, of course. So really, really had to get those off the field. And you can see right now, Bird Flu is trying to take out one of the Manticores belonging to the Iron Armada side. Recognizing this problem, you hate hitting frigates in your cruise golem, but you really have to do it. And man, we can see the attack bar as it drops as soon as that Manticore is taken off. Look how much it dropped, but still a sizable attack bar for the Iron Armada side.
So critically, one of the things that Moist is lacking, besides 3 other pilots to fill out their core, is links. You cannot fit links to any of the battleships, and without the resistance and the HP link, as well as the cycle time, means that the reps that you have are going to be doing so much less effectiveness, and without those, they just weren't able to sustain under the shield Typhoons and those bombers, as well as the Cerberuses, pumping out a massive amount of damage, as we can see a significant attack bar coming from the Iron Armada side.
Yeah, for sure. This Moist side, you gotta say that they probably only had a few pilots to draw from, but this definitely wasn't the the most optimal setup they could have had. You're thinking maybe 3 battleships and something like a Basilisk to join with you to make your team a little bit more tanky. But man, Iron Armada making the best of the situation, looking really good, trading their Scimitar early on, but had a lot of damage and went after the right targets at the right time. Moist will be eliminated, and we will be seeing Iron Armada for a little bit later in the day.
Yeah, congratulations to them for securing the victory and